Alright, guys, welcome back to the business of filmmaking. My name is Richard, the prolific storyteller, and you're welcome to the Creators Desk. In our previous episode, we defined what filmmaking is, who a filmmaker is, and the different departments in filmmaking. So today, we are picking one of these departments and we're talking about them. That department is, drum roll, the department of screenwriting. What is screenwriting? Screenwriting is the art of telling stories visually on script for the purpose of television series, movies, stage plays, and video games. That means every movie, TV series that you watch, every stage play that you enjoy in the theater, or every video game that you play was first written by a screenwriter before it went into production. In screenwriting, we have 4 stages. For you to successfully write your script and come up with a beautiful script that a producer can produce and turn into a movie, we have 4 stages. The first stage is the idea stage. The second stage is the story stage. The third stage is the treatment stage. And the final stage is the script stage. Now, let me explain the stages. The first stage, which is the idea stage, that is the time you conceptualize a beautiful idea, that moment of inspiration, that moment that an idea drops in your mind. Maybe you're having your bath, you are cooking in the kitchen, you are resting, or you are walking. That idea just comes in and say, wow, I have a movie idea. That idea is very brief. For example, you have an idea of a police officer that is traveling from one city to the other while commuting, maybe in a bus. A terrorist tried to hijack the bus, but the police officer was able to foil the terrorist attack by stopping the terrorist, and saving the day, and everybody went home safe and happy to their family. Now, this is a brilliant idea, but it's very brief. Now, what do? That is where we take that idea and move it to the second stage. What's the second stage of screenwriting? The second stage of screenwriting is the story stage. The story stage is where you take that idea and flesh it out, expand it. So simply put, the story stage is an expanded version of the idea. Now, how do you expand an idea into a story? There are 3 important elements you need to factor into your story. The first important element is character. You have to create characters. Characters are people that depict what is happening. They move the story forward. Then number 2 is a storyline. You must have a good storyline. Good storyline in the sense that your story must have a beginning, middle, and your story must end. The next element is a story world. Story world is where and when was this story set in. Was the story set in China, Japan, Korea, UK, US, Nigeria, Ghana, or South Africa? What year? Was it set in the 20s, in the 80s, in the 90s, or in the 2000s? So you must have a story world. If you put your character, relatable, strong characters together, and you have a storyline, a beginning, middle, and end, and you have a story world where the story was set in, you'll discover that your story is expanding. Now, after expanding your story, the next stage that you take your story to is the third stage of screenwriting, which is the treatment stage. Treatment simply is a written document. A document where you write everything that you say your story is going to be. You bring all the characters, the locations, everything that you said is going to happen in your story. You now write it down in a document. And this document called treatment can serve 2 major purposes. The first purpose is a selling tool. So your treatment can act as a selling tool. When I say selling tool, as a writer, most of our stories we sell. So if a production company or an indie producer want to buy your story, the first thing he will ask for is your treatment. So you send your treatment to him, he reads it. If he likes it, he can come and say, okay, I have a deal with you. Let's go ahead to write the script. Now, a treatment as a selling tool is what you send to producers. The second aspect of a treatment is a treatment can be a diagnostic tool. When I say diagnostic tool, I mean a roadmap. Now, when you move to the final stage of screenwriting, which is the script stage, you will need your treatment. Why? Because your treatment is the document that contains everything that you say your story will be. Now, when you move to the final stage, which is the script stage, you start to write, you expand it further, and your script will have scene headings, action lines, character names, and dialogues. So, in case you are writing and maybe something you said you were going to do, you can't remember, what do? You go to make reference in your treatment. You check in your treatment and say, okay, yeah, I said I was going to do this, I'm going to do that. So, your treatment is like a roadmap that will help you when you start writing your script. So what is your script? Your script is simply a written visual representation of everything you said is going to be or happen in your story. So your script will have scene headings, action lines, character names, and dialogues. So these are the 4 stages of screenwriting. Thank you for staying with us, and I hope to see you in the next episode that is coming up shortly. I think you shouldn't go anywhere. I'll see you soon.